Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Lizzie and I am so happy to have you, and today I'm bringing you guys a brand new speed build. Today's speed build is actually the recreation of my star sign founder's original home, and if you guys haven't seen my previous let's play previous speed build, then you probably don't know quite what I'm talking about. But long story short, basically the let's play for my star sign legacy challenge, the save file that I was using for that, I lost, and so I also lost the house along with it because I forgot to save it to the gallery. So save your things to the gallery, folks. Make backups for sure. And so I did have to make her a whole new house, and I'm trying to kind of decide if I want to keep her in the new house that she has, which was in the I believe third episode of that let's play so far, or if I want to move her back into this house, which is the recreation of the house that I had her in episode 1 and 2. So if you guys have any opinions on that, let me know down below. You'll see me quite often pausing in certain sections. That's because I was trying to get the sizes of everything just so, and I was watching my first video for that challenge so that I could kind of like see the way that I had made it the first time. So you'll often see me kind of pause, and that's just because I'm trying to recreate it. Not everything looks exactly the same, but I did try my best. So yeah, and this will be up for download on the gallery. The only thing that you guys will need to know is that it is made with CC, so you guys will have to make sure that that box is checked, and just know that if you don't have the CC that I have, then it won't show up. Most of it's just interior stuff anyway, so you'll just have to redecorate the interior. On other news, if you guys can't tell, I am quite sick, so I apologize if it's coming through. I have a stuffy nose and I'm just really congested, so my voice may sound a little different. If you don't follow me on Instagram or you didn't see my community post, I did get into a pretty bad accident on Friday, and today is now Sunday. I'm still not sure when I'm going to be uploading this, but it doesn't matter. Basically, for those of you who don't know, I work with horses, typical horse girl, and I was taking a horse along with another girl who was leading a horse to turnout, which is basically just when they get to get out of their stalls and go outside and just mess around to be horses. And I was walking behind the person who was on the turnout with me, as well as that horse, and I was leading my own horse, and my horse spooked, which caused the horse in front of me to react, and I got kicked with both her hind legs, knocked out, and had a seizure. So my weekend was insane. I ended up going to the hospital. Everything came back clean, thank goodness. So Friday I was released and just told to kind of be monitoring my own symptoms, and if anything got worse I needed to go back. So Friday I came back. I think I still had a lot of adrenaline running through my veins, so I actually felt pretty good Friday night, and then I woke up Saturday and I felt a bit more rough, and then I was still feeling good enough to like go get lunch and stuff, so I went and got lunch at the dining hall, and then about an hour later I started vomiting uncontrollably for, I don't know, I think it started around 1 and I was vomiting until 6 p.m. So during that I called my family and I was like, something's not right, I can't keep anything down. So they ended up actually driving 2 hours to come pick me up, and they took me to an urgent care because we were pretty worried, and we didn't know if it was just like maybe a lasting effect of a concussion or just the trauma that my body had been through the day before. So I went to an urgent care, they ran some more tests, and we think that it could have been a mixture of a concussion as well as just dehydration. Obviously the day before that things were quite busy and just packed full of emotion and activities, and so I was not drinking the fluids that I should have been. And so I got some fluids, they ran some blood work, gave me some anti-nausea medication, and I am back on the mend. My immune system was shot after all of that, so now I am, of course, sick. So, but aside from some pretty bad bruises and the vomiting, I honestly got really, really lucky in terms of where I got kicked and how severe it was. No broken bones. For those of you who don't know anything about horses, I would not recommend being kicked by one. Thankfully, the horse that kicked me had no shoes on her feet, so I can't even imagine what it would have been like if she did have shoes on her hind feet. I can't even imagine. But yeah, I was just really blessed in that circumstance that it wasn't any worse, so that's why there have been a lack of posts. I do apologize. There was supposed to be a new episode of Star Sign on Sunday, but I went home with all of the chaos and obviously had to leave my setup here at school, but it is Sunday. I'm finally back at school, so that's a bit of a relief. I'm supposed to be able to go back to kind of normal activities tomorrow, and just kind of keep close eye on my symptoms and things just to make sure that there are no internal damages. They recommended that I got a head CT the day that it all happened, which I did, and everything came back clean for that. And then when I started vomiting at the urgent care, the doctor had said that he wouldn't be opposed to giving me a full body CT, but he also knows that that's like a crap ton of radiation, which isn't something I really want to be exposed to if I don't have to be. And signs were kind of pointing more towards dehydration and stuff rather than like any internal injuries, but I am supposed to kind of be keeping it easy and just be on the lookout for any changes in terms of symptoms or pain or anything like that. So fingers crossed that everything kind of stays as is and I am on a uphill climb to getting back and being healthy and feeling better. So we'll just kind of have to see how that goes. I've been chugging fluids and just trying to eat as much as possible. My diet's pretty much just been consisting of chicken noodle soup, but now that I'm back at school, that'll probably change a bit because the dining hall, I did bring some home with me, but you know, that'll only last for so long. So anyways, that was my weekend. So I'm sorry again for the lack of posting and communication about that, but it was just crazy and hectic and not at all what I thought was going to happen. So yeah. Anyways, back to kind of Sims related things. Next week, actually starting this coming Friday, starts my spring break. So I'm still kind of trying to decide how that's all going to work. I'm either going to be pre-recording episodes for next week, so that way my upload schedule doesn't change or get too behind, or I'm going to take my setup home, but that's also a lot of maneuvering. The most disappointing part about this whole thing is that, of course, the infant update is coming out and I'll be on break, and if I don't have my setup with me, then I can't play with it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I haven't decided. I might take it home, but that is a lot of maneuvering and moving things around and just kind of hectic. So it'll probably just depend, but my spring break does go for a little bit longer than a week, so that's kind of a long time to be without my game, but I don't know. We'll just have to see. So I'll try and keep you guys updated on that, but there will definitely be episodes next week, whether I have my setup with me or not. Also, along with the update, of course, we have the new pack coming out, which I got to see the trailer, and oh my goodness, I'm so excited, but I feel like the trailer basically just gave us like a small glimpse into what we should be expecting. Like, oh my gosh, I still have so many questions. And I was watching like a commentary video on it the other day. I'm trying to think of who it was, but I can't remember. And they were kind of saying the same thing, like, loved the gameplay trailer. It was so cute, but I just still have like so many questions. Like, how is it all going to work? What are all the features? What's all the stuff that's going to be coming with it? Like, just so many questions. So, but I am so excited, you guys. I think this whole thing is going to bring just like a whole nother level of like, it's just going to bring a whole nother level to the game. Like, I feel like it's going to add so much more like closeness and depth and all of that stuff. It's just going to make it, I don't even know. I can't even form it into words. Blame my concussion or whatever, but I literally cannot wait to get more of a glimpse into what the pack's going to be like and then get my hands on it. Of course, I'm so excited. I think it's going to be so cool because they've kind of mentioned slightly that it's going to kind of add a bit more of an interactive sense to like other family relatives, so like in-laws, and like make the family trees a bit more extensive and stuff like that, which I think is going to be so cool and neat to kind of see how that affects our game, because obviously like we have cousins and stuff, but it doesn't really say anything about in-laws, and once you get a certain number away from generations, like it just kind of stops counting them as family. So it's going to be really cool to see how that kind of adds more depth to our game. There is some stuff that I kind of want your guys' opinion on. The main thing is kind of cast videos. I don't know how interested in cast videos you guys are. I also don't know, do you guys prefer commentary on casts and speed builds, or do you just like want music and no commentary? I feel like it's kind of nice to just get to sit down and put some commentary in and kind of update you guys on my life and kind of my thought process behind a lot of this stuff. But I also know that sometimes speed builds and cast videos without any commentary are a big hit too. So I don't know, just kind of let me know what your guys' thoughts are so I can kind of get a majority vote for that. But I want to know how interested in seeing cast videos you guys are. I am not huge on casts, and I can't, like, it definitely wouldn't be an every week type thing, but every once in a while I definitely get in the mood to kind of just play around with new CC and stuff, and I've definitely started to kind of grow my interest in casts. It's definitely been something that's been growing and getting bigger, and I've been spending a little bit more time in there gradually. But yeah, just let me know how interested you guys are in seeing cast videos, as well as like, do you want commentary on them? Do you not want commentary on them? Are you guys kind of 50-50? Do you not care? I can't promise that there would be commentary on like every single one, but I can try my best. Sometimes I feel like I just don't have a lot to say, or like there's just not a lot of time for me to sit down and just do commentary, when instead I could be like spending 30 minutes recording. So yeah, that's just like, you guys have to let me know. I personally enjoy building so much in this game. Like, it's so relaxing. I can sit down, I can turn on a show and just kind of get creative. And I know I haven't done any builds without CC yet, but that is primarily how I build. It's just kind of worked out in this way that the two builds that I've been able to record have CC in them, because they're what I've been using for my current Let's Plays. But most of my builds, if you guys don't follow me on my Instagram, actually do not contain CC. So also let me know that. That's the other thing that I want to know. Do you guys prefer CC? Do you prefer without CC? Because if you guys have a preference, then obviously that's kind of what I'm going to lean more towards doing. Are you 50-50? Do you like seeing both? I personally love to see both, because I love to see like what CC other people are using, but I also love to see how creative people can get with just the game and not any extra added content. I do have some super exciting projects coming up, some super exciting collabs that should be up within the next couple of weeks, so definitely keep an eye out on that on my YouTube. Unfortunately, I didn't record any of them because at the time of when I was making them, I did not have my setup, but the builds I'm super excited to be sharing with you guys. A lot of them are really out of my comfort zone because they're very pack restricted, so that's not something I normally do on my own, but it was super fun to just kind of challenge myself in that way. But yeah, you guys will just have to let me know about that. The other thing that I want to talk to you guys about is I have gotten a couple of comments requesting to have me fill you guys in on what mods and stuff I use, and I am more than happy to do that. I was kind of thinking that I would just make a community post about it, keep it simple, make it kind of easier for me, and just kind of like fill you guys in on the build mods that I use, which are very few and far between, as well as the gameplay mods that I use, which is a little bit more lengthy, but not super bad. But I don't know if you guys would prefer a video instead. That's something that I can definitely try and do, but if it is going to be a video, it's probably going to take me quite longer in terms of when it'll be able to be out. I don't know that I could have that done by spring break, but I could definitely try and get working on that. Otherwise, I think I'm just going to make a community post with sort of the links to everything. I'm not even sure kind of how I would format a video for this. That's something that would be a little bit out of my comfort zone, but again, if majority wants a video on that, I can most definitely do that. A lot of people have also been kind of asking what specific CC pieces I have been using. If there's anything you guys have questions about, I can most definitely try and go back in my game and search for it. I'm not going to leave a huge like CC link in my description box or like tag every single piece of CC I use, because that is crazy time consuming, and I'm gonna be 100% honest, I don't have the time for that, and I would much rather spend that time playing and recording stuff for you guys than trying to search through my game and tag every single piece of CC I use. But if you guys ever have specific questions about certain items that I'm using, I am more than happy to try and find it for you guys. No promises, no guarantees, but more than happy to try and at least put some effort into trying to get some answers for you guys. As you can see here, I'm cluttering up the desk in the bedroom, and I was so excited to use a lot of the CC on this desk, especially like the little like filing like sectioners. I thought those were so cute, and the little lamp. I'm not 100% happy with the placement of the lamp, but I was too lazy to try and fix it, so it is what it is for now. If you guys did see my original first two videos of the Star Sign Legacy, you'll notice that the rooms and stuff are not 100% as they were, and as much as like that was kind of disappointing, I wanted to kind of get creative in terms of rebuilding this and not make it 100% exactly the same, because that's personally just not fun for me to build, having to make something over again exactly how it was. So this just kind of let me get a little bit more creative in terms of the stuff that I was using and just make it a little bit more enjoyable. I do end up putting a mirror right here, and I realize that that does mean that there are two mirrors in this room. Or maybe I didn't. I thought I put a mirror there. Oh, nope, you're right, I didn't, because I was going to get annoyed with the fact that there were two mirrors in the room, so I actually didn't. So avoid what I just said. With kind of all of that being said, I think I am going to end this voiceover rather quickly. We are reaching somewhat close to being finished with this. If you guys ever want a close-up look at any of my builds, I post almost weekly on my Instagram, which is linked down in the description box below. This build will have screenshots of the exterior, the interior, as well as the floor plan in it. So if you guys are interested in that, definitely go check that out. This will also be up for download on my gallery at some point within the week, and I will also be filming for you guys, and hopefully we'll have an episode up for you guys by Wednesday, but if not, then I will definitely have some stuff up for you guys by next week. So with all that being said, if you guys did enjoy this video, please do not hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all very soon in the next one. Bye guys.